Hello, and welcome back to another video. It's been a while. So we're in a new location. We're in my office. Trying to work from my office today. Don't know how long that'll last. You know, we had a Zarxio shot, which we're going to go over Zarxio, those shots, just a minute, what they do, in just a minute. You'll notice I don't have a hair cap on and I don't have my wig on. So this is my hair right now. You can tell I have a good amount of hair loss, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, really. We originally starting this chemo journey, thought I would lose every bit of my hair. And that's through no fault of anybody's. Most of the information out there has to do with breast cancer patients. And for those of you who have never joined this and don't know who I am, my name's Jamie. I have Hodgkin's lymphoma. So I don't have breast cancer. So I'm on a completely different regimen of chemo medications, which means the hair loss pattern is actually different. So sorry if you heard that. I was moving the little thing I set my feet on underneath me, so it was a little bit more comfortable. So I have a completely different set of medications. Now, some of my medications do treat breast cancer. Some of my medications treat skin cancer. But not the same regimen that most breast cancer patients are on. So most breast cancer, and this is not all, so this is not a blanket statement of all breast cancer. So if you have breast cancer, this doesn't mean this is what you're going to go through. But most breast cancer patients lose all hair. So I'm talking eyebrow hairs, I'm talking lashes, all hair on their head, basically from head to toe, no hair. I haven't had that. So as you can tell, I still have hair left. A good bit actually on the sides. I mean, not all of it, but in this, I actually have a good bit right here, but it's all gray. So, you know, it's not extremely visible. Most of that's gray right there. So not extremely visible, blends in with the scalp. Same with some of this up here is silvery gray because my grandmother left me a gift that she didn't need to leave me before she died. So that is what all of this is. And when I started researching, especially recently, because I am in my last 4 treatments. So I have 4 treatments to go and then I'm done. So I am living in the future. I am now preparing for life after chemo and life after cancer, really. So I am attempting to figure out how long it takes to grow your hair back, what is the best way to grow your hair back and fast, all of that kind of stuff. So unfortunately, there's not a lot of stuff out there for anybody other than breast cancer patients. So I decided to make this video. So I had read and actually made a friend. She's there every week now, that she's relatively new, but she's there every week now that I have chemo. She is also there. So we now sit next to each other. So we just sit there and chat. I help her with her diet. She helps me with everything else. So, she found this shampoo and conditioner that is made for chemo patients and women with alopecia, which is women pattern hair loss, to help grow the hair back and that kind of stuff. It's all natural, which is what I've read through all chemo patients. The best thing is to go all natural, stay away from chemicals. Your scalp is not going to react well to chemicals right now. And then rice water serum. So there's a rice water serum that you do before you wash your hair. You let it sit in for about 20 minutes and then you rinse it out. And I had heard rice water helps a lot with hair growth, but it was one of those things I'd heard a while ago and it just got filed in the back of my brain and that's where it stayed. And so that was what happened. And then, so when she said that, I was like, oh yeah. And then I've also read that you need to go clean diet. As little processed foods as you can get. that your body doesn't need to be worried about trying to break down processed foods and trying to get that through your system. If you eat less processed foods, it can focus more on healing your body after chemo. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then I'm also, of course, still doing the colostrum, which if you haven't watched that video, I do bovine colostrum through Armra. And this isn't sponsored. I have gotten nothing from anybody. As you can tell by my views. Not sponsored. But I am getting my Armra through that to see if I can get that done. Now, I will preface this. Anybody who has a hormone-related cancer, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, don't do colostrum at all. Read it on the NIH, which is the National Institute of Health and may just be the National Institute of Health through the government. And it said basically colostrum is great for anybody except for hormone related. So don't do hormone related. Anybody who has a hormone related, stay away from colostrum. But I'm doing that for not only just, mainly for immunity, but hair growth is a wonderful also side effect. And then I'm doing those Mary Ruth's, kind of gone viral on TikTok and everything. The Mary Ruth liquid vitamins. I'm doing those as well. So got a regimen going, trying to figure out how much weight I'm going to have lost. Mom thinks it's going to be a lot. I'm not so sure about that. I know it'll be at least 10 to 15 pounds because that's what I lost between the first chemo and the second chemo, which was all the tumor basically melting away. So we know that'll be there. Sorry, I just got a text message. So we know that'll be there. And then she thinks another 20 pounds. I'm not entirely sure because I have an implant for my PCOS, which retains weight, water, all of that kind of stuff. So until I have that surgery later this year, I don't know that I will, sorry, I'm looking behind me because my email just popped up. So, or looking behind the camera because my email's behind it. So I don't know that that's going to happen or not. And then, so we'll see. Basically nobody knows. Nobody knows how much weight I've lost. Everybody's thinking it's going to be a lot. I don't know. We are going to do a pixie cut. Now this haircut was done by me, so nobody judge it. I am not a hairstylist. I never went to hairstylist school. I think I gave myself a little bit of a mohawk in the back. I don't really know. So don't judge it. It was done by me. I intentionally left this longer up here because the pixie cut that I'm looking at has a longer top, and then this will be shorter and much better and much cleaner. Oops. done better and cleaner than what I've done when my hairstylist gets a hold of it. But that'll be probably a couple months after I've done with chemo. I'm done with chemo on June 1st. So probably not until August. I may even wait till mid-August because we're doing a family reunion, which is my friends who I consider family, who I haven't seen. And at that point in time, a year almost. So and my best friend I haven't seen at that point in time in 2.5 years. So, which is way too long. And we were going to get together and, things happened. So that hasn't happened. She's a doc, so I can't see her. And she's got 2 kids who, I love children, but they're petri dishes. And with my immune levels, I haven't been able to really see anybody. So it's a good little segue into the Zarxio. So Zarxio is a medication that they use to boost your neutrophils, which are what fight infection and that kind of stuff. Your white blood cells that fight infection and that kind of stuff. So mine were dangerously low, to the point that they were like, yep, you need those shots now. So the very first one, which was 3 weeks ago, was just painful because it stimulates your bone marrow. And so my low back hurt for about 4 to 5 days. And by hurt, I mean, I pretty much sat on the couch and I either got up to go to the bathroom or to get me some food real quick. And then it was back on the couch. I was pretty much couch bound or bed bound for 4 to 5 days. Having now had my second shot, I would rather that. So first night was pretty painful. And ended up, the best way to describe this, I have a taste in my mouth now that is very acidic. And I don't mean like stomach acid acidic. I mean like rancid vinegar acidic. And it taints food with that now. And the taste doesn't really go away. So that makes me nauseous. In addition to that, there's also just nausea. So I would rather be in pain than have this. I'm nauseous all the time. I really have not been eating or drinking very much in the past 4 days. It's been pretty bad. And so, that was my work email, but it was a junk email, so it's fine. So that has been that. Sorry, I was just deleting it. And then, what else? So there's the nausea, like we're doing this to increase the neutrophils. So for protection, but also so I can go outside. I can have a little bit of a life, be okay to go for walks outside and that kind of stuff. But if I'm so nauseous, I don't feel like going outside, partially, what's the point? Number two, it doesn't help if I'm going to lose so much weight because I can't really eat because it makes me nauseous. So we're going to have a talk with the doctor, and this is not the royal we. My mom is with me at every appointment because they infuse Benadryl during my chemos, so I can't drive myself there or back. I could drive myself there, but I can't drive myself back. So mom comes with me. So she's there with the doctor's not a word. She's there with the doctor, and she's an RN, so she has a better way of putting this kind of stuff than I do. So we're gonna see if we can switch to every other week instead of every week. So I just get a week of, a couple weeks of a break. And then, so basically that would put May the 4th be with you, would be, if they okay it, will be my next Zarxio shot. And then the 2nd, which would be the day after my last chemo. And I know why they're doing the Zarxio. They're doing the Zarxio because they're trying to get me in the best possible position for the finish of chemo, to where it doesn't take much for my immune system to kind of bounce back and all of that kind of stuff. I know what they're doing and I appreciate it. It's just, it's hard. It's at this point in time where it's just one more thing and I don't want to deal with it. My mental outlook and physical was pretty bad this weekend. I was over everything. It was just, I was done. I have been lucky enough to not throw up this whole entire time, and I was pretty sure that we were going to end that streak last night. We didn't, luckily. And that's just miserable, and I don't want to do it. So we'll figure it out. It's hard. I promised I'd be honest. So it's been hard. I normally come on here with a bubbly little attitude. And for the most part, I can be. I am officially in remission. So it's good and it's bad. I wish they hadn't said the word remission to me, because then you're just like, okay, but I should be done now. Like, I should be done now. I'm in remission. I should be done now. At the same time, it was a weight off the shoulders. So kind of, excuse my French, damned if you do, damned if you don't. So, you know, there is that. But this has kind of been my life for the last few months. I am now trying to do my makeup regularly, as you can see. Kind of look good, feel good. We're going to see if that works. Look good, feel good. And see how that works with the body. Mom did point out that, because I was like, well, when the weight comes off, you know, maybe I'll just have this snatched body. And she pointed out, probably not. I need to probably tone, which I'm very strong. I've very good muscle density. It's just a matter of getting what little bit is left on there off. In addition to that, my muscles are going to be fatigued. They've been fighting cancer for months. And so it's not just that. She was like, you're going to have to ease into everything. She was like, even everyday living, you're going to have to ease into. She was like, because you're going to wear out easily. You're going to be tired, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I didn't really think about all of that. She was like, yeah. She was like, so it's going to take you a few months to kind of bounce back. She was like, I think it's going to take longer than you think it is. And I was like, well, thanks for that. And she felt bad, but at the same time, it was something I needed to hear. So, yeah, is what it is. So we're living in the future, and I know my doctors are. They're trying to get me prepared. It's just harder. Oh, that little cord. I'm sitting on a heating pad. Trying to keep the back and everything happy. It needs to be returned on, but so that I can, you know, sit here at my desk instead of sitting on my couch all the time. And then what else do we have? It's been a long time since I've talked to everybody, but I mean, I'm trying to do some of this as education, like I said, for people who don't have breast cancer. These are the things that I'm going through. You know, these are the things that I'm trying to get through and trying to do, you know. I can't remember now because chemo brain's a thing, but I have a shampoo coming to help regrow my hair, hopefully. I'm doing, oh, nope, I do because it knocked over the thing. I did already mention this. So I have all of that coming. So I am living in the future. It's not always bad. It comes and it goes. Chemo is good. I can deal with this. Like, I can deal with that. Chemo's fine. The painful part and the part that's not so great is the Zarxio. That one's harder, and that one's something that we're going to have to try and figure out how to fix some of this. Because they don't want me losing any weight, and it's partly if I can't eat because I'm so nauseous, I'm gonna lose weight. Also, I need to be drinking a lot to flush my kidneys. I can't do that because everything tastes like rancid vinegar. So that's where the smoothies and stuff are coming in, not just for calories, but because this doesn't taste like rancid vinegar horribly. I mean, there's still the aftertaste that's in my mouth, but the actual drink itself doesn't taste like rancid vinegar. So we're getting some liquids in through that, but like water and stuff just taste horrible. And so I'm not drinking a lot. And I need to be, and I know that. And what I am drinking is coffee, because coffee can have an acid taste to it. The kind that I drink normally doesn't, but it does right now. So I think that's something that I've had before and I'm used to it. It doesn't really taste rancid. It just tastes like acidic coffee. I don't know if anybody's ever had a really acidic coffee. It's what it tastes like. So I can deal with that. That doesn't make me nauseous. Everything else does. So we're trying to figure it out, but it's, you know, kind of one of those things. Work's been going good. My boss is amazing, very understanding with everything that's going on, because if I have to do these Zarxios after every single one of my chemos, so not only do I have my chemo day off, I also have the next day, I have a half day, because my doctor is not close to where I live. He's a good 45 minutes away, 45 to 50, and then there and back. So it's at least 2 hours there and back. You know, and then in addition to, I may not feel good after my shot. So, you know, my boss has been amazing in that sense of just letting me do what I need to do when I need to do it. And he's been warned that June, July, there's going to be a lot of doctor's appointments. And he's like, that's fine. We'll figure it out. No big deal. And, you know, I think he's just like, we need to get you better. So I don't really care. Now he's been my boss for 13 years, 14 years, something like that. So he knows me quite well. This cancer diagnosis was a scary thing for all, including him. I mean, I remember having to tell him, and it was just silence. And then I'm not going to talk about this a lot because I'll get emotional, but oh my gosh. And then, you know, on from there. My boss is not much older than me. He's only about 6 years older than me, maybe 7. So it was a shock to him. It was a shock to me. It was a shock to the family. Cancer doesn't run in my family. So this was a big deal. It's, you have your ups, you have your downs. End of March was pretty down for me. I missed one of my closest friends. I missed his wedding, and it sounded like a hoot and so much fun. They did take me in cardboard form. And so there are apparently pictures of everyone with me. So my best friend said she's going to put it on a thumb drive for me. She was like, you got to see these pictures. She only sent me 2 of them. They were very sweet. Apparently the other ones are, as more drinking was involved, you know, you know, at least I was there in some format. So there is that. Yeah, but I'd say overall, mentally, I've been doing okay with this. Like I said, good days, bad days. Bad days normally come, especially with either missing something big, like the wedding, or when I just feel horrific. Those are normally my bad days. Other than that, it's pretty good days. I do okay. I am an introvert by nature. So, we joked that I was built for the pandemic, because I'm an introvert by nature. So, this is kind of different though, because this was a whole different kind of quarantine. This was you can't go outside. You can't see people. If you get a sinus infection, you may end up in the hospital, you know. So, that was different. Which is why, again, the Zarxio. So it worked. Hopefully it works even more this time. And if it does, then we're going to ask to skip. So, other than that, I've just been working for the most part, cleaning out my place, which needs to happen even more. Oh, that's an IKEA bag. I use that to carry packages up and down the stairs. And then like recycling, all that kind of stuff to the recycle center. I use it to carry all that kind of stuff. But like I've been doing spring cleaning for most of spring, but I don't have a lot of energy. Like yesterday, it took me 2 days to do 3 loads of laundry. That's right. 2 days to do 3 loads of laundry. So that should tell you where I'm at energy-wise. So this is a much longer process than I really anticipated it to be. My office is about to get, well, I'm sitting here and we're kind of slow today. My office is about to get, I've just cursed myself. I'm waiting for the dings and the phone to start ringing. I think I'm going to start cleaning up my office and getting it kind of cleaned out, reorganized. I need to buy some organizer stuff for my filing. I use my top drawer of my filing cabinet just as storage. Files are in the locked bottom drawer. So I use the top part for it, and that needs some help. So I need like something in there. I don't even know what, but some way to organize. I'm going to research things on Amazon. And then, you know, my daily affirmations that I sit over here. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel better. It's like, yes, that's right. I can do this. You know, those kind of things. And then my double monitors for work. And I still got some work recordings and stuff that I need to do for I Am the Voice on our training videos. So I have to record those or re-record those. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to, as I look around, I'm like, I need to redo some of this and I got to figure it out, and get rid of some stuff. Some stuff I'm like, no, your organization, I could use you later, but I haven't used it in years, so I probably don't need it. I just don't like throwing things away. So there is that. And then there's a bunch of books I need to read. And a wine fridge that needs to be drank, but can't right now. So yeah, I will soon. And it will be drank. So yeah. That's pretty much where I'm at. I think that's the update I've got. I've rambled on for almost 30 minutes, so I'm going to shut up and move on. You can tell I'm not very good at doing my eyebrows anymore because they're blonde, and I've never had blonde eyebrows. So that's another weird side effect. Chemo has bleached all color from my eyebrows and my eyelashes. Both used to be pretty much kind of well, these were like real dark brown. These were black. Not so much anymore. My eyelashes don't like an eyelash curler. They clump. If I use an eyelash curler and then I put mascara on, doesn't matter what mascara I use, it clumps. So we're going to save our money, and I think we're going to get a lash lift and tent after chemo so that they curl up on their own. I don't have to use a lash curler, and then we don't have clumps. So I think that's what we're going to do. But yeah, I think I'm done now, and I'm going to stop talking. Okay? And I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll talk to you later.